Welcome back. Today, we are jumping into a really powerful idea from Dr. C. Ruth Taylor's fantastic book, Keys to Win at Life. We are unlocking key number 3, and it's this simple but honestly game-changing idea of winning by using best practices. Let's dive right in. So our guide for this entire concept comes from this brilliant African proverb. Just picture it for a second. You're lost, you're thirsty, and you have no idea where to find water. But then you see a trail of broken pottery on the ground. What do? Well, you follow it, right? Because it's a clear sign that someone has been this way before, someone who found exactly what you're looking for. This is the perfect way to think about what we're covering today.
And just so you know, this is key number 3 in a whole series of 100. Each one is a small, really practical step you can take to build a more successful life. So, the big question is, what exactly are these broken clay pots that we should all be looking for?
Well, they're what we call best practices. The whole idea is about following a path that's already been proven to work. It's a path that other people have walked down and found success on. So instead of trying to reinvent the wheel every single time, you learn from the best who came before you.
Now here's the really important part. Best practices aren't just, good ideas or suggestions. Nope, these are methods that have been tested, they've been proven, and they deliver outstanding results again and again. You can almost think of them as shortcuts to excellence, all built on the solid foundation of real-world success. And this is where the real power kicks in: consistency. It doesn't matter if you're managing your household, trying to get better grades, or climbing the ladder at work. When you adopt best practices, you're setting yourself up to maintain a super high standard of quality in everything you do. You're building your success on something that's already known to work. Okay, so that's the theory. It sounds good, right? But what does this actually look like in day-to-day life? Let's break it down with a few everyday examples to make this idea really stick. So, let's say you're a student and you're just struggling with exams. You don't have to guess at the best way to study. Why not find some older students who are consistently getting top marks and just ask them, what are their techniques? How do they manage their time? You are literally asking them to show you their trail of broken clay pots. Or let's say you're a home cook and you really want to up your game. Sure, you could spend years experimenting, making mistakes. Or you could find a successful chef, read their books, watch their videos, and learn the core techniques that pretty much guarantee better food. You're using their experience to get amazing results way faster. And this is a big one in the professional world too. If you are a brand new manager, there's absolutely no need to just stumble around in the dark hoping you get it right. You can actually research and investigate proven leadership and management practices that the most successful companies and leaders are already using. This gives you a solid framework to build your own success on. Now, what's really fascinating is seeing how this works when you're starting something totally new. Dr. Taylor shares this fantastic true story about her friend Dee. Dee wanted to become a self-published author, but she had absolutely zero experience. None. So what did Dee do? She didn't just write a book and hope for the best. No way. She treated it like a serious project. First, she studied the self-publishing industry inside and out. Then, she actively sought out experts and got all her questions answered. She took what she learned, all those best practices, and she applied those proven principles. And what was the result? A successful book right out of the gate. Amazing. And this is where you see this beautiful ripple effect. When Dr. Taylor herself was ready to publish her own book, guess who became her guide? Dee. She shared all the best practices she had learned, and Dr. Taylor says that Dee's advice was absolutely priceless, saving her from making some really costly mistakes. See? One person's success becomes a roadmap for someone else.
All right, so this all leads us to the most important question of all. How can you find these proven paths for your own goals? How do you do this? Well, it's actually a lot simpler than you might think.
The book gives us 3 really straightforward methods. First, start with internet research. The collective knowledge of the entire world is right at your fingertips. Then, if you want to go deeper, read books on the subject to get structured, expert-level insights. And maybe the most important one of all, don't be afraid to just ask people who have already done what you want to do. Find those experts and learn directly from them.
So let's bring it all back to that beautiful proverb we started with. As you think about your next goal, your next big project, or whatever challenge is in front of you, I want to leave you with this question. What are the proven paths that are already out there? And more importantly, what broken clay pots can you follow to make sure you find your way?